So let's go with the model Picklist Administration here. Okay. So first thing, let's start with the Picklist. So is my screen visible? Able to see the font? You want me to increase?
Yeah, visible for me.
Okay. Okay. So if you see in the previous sessions, uh, we have like everybody has done this picklist creation, and we know what is picklist and what values are there and all. So those were instructed by someone, either me or the trailhead module in the description or the steps. You have followed the things. When they asked you to create pick list with XYZ values, you have created. But you did not know other things, or you might be aware of a few other things, but at the fullest you are not. Okay. So the reason behind this pick list, what is the reason behind this pick list, and when to create this pick list? What type of pick list we need to choose? How come a new when you introduce a new pick list for the existing data, how we will take it? Okay, all of things we have not done in the admin part. It's just like data type, you choose a pick list, values, you give some name and the values you choose, and based on record type, you will add this pick list and the data will get altered. So here in this section, you are going to be like in such a state like you will know the reason behind also why we need to add, why only pick list here. So all those kind of things that you will be learning here. Okay, let's start with the pick list. When to use a pick list? Okay. Yeah. So simple example they already given here. So simple, right? When they give up a kind of menu, when you go to a restaurant, um, any place like, so they will give kind of menu which will tell you like the many options will be there. Am I right? So that's the reason behind, right? So you need to pick one or many. So when you go to restaurant, what will you order? Something. So roti, dal, biryanis, kind of. So items will be there. So here also, when it goes to a pick list, okay, all the things will be set up there, and you need to pick up the one. So in your real time, or when you step into a project, when you get in this kind of scenarios, so they have given one scenario here. So there, when you see multiple things with kind of a same category or same kind, so among those who want to pick one, so this is a one scenario that you can choose a pick list. Okay. So yes. So they have the thing here. Yeah. So right. For example, country and state. If you take, this is the best example everywhere take. So here they have given one more. Okay. The flavor part is the field name that, and the values they have, a few values they have added here. Okay, if you read this description, it will be very helpful, so I can also explain here. So the field tells you what kind of is that, what is the category of that. Okay, so when you choose the particular value, so those are the values available, and any other value you can pick. Okay, so it will not restrict you to choose. So they have given this many, that means all those values are yours. You can choose any of your value. Okay, so here also standard, they are coming to the types of pick list here: standard, custom, multi select. So what can you guys give example for standard pick list? What you have? Anybody seen any pick list? Standard in the sense like we have not created that pick list field, but it comes with the Salesforce. Have you
Yes.
seen it? Yeah.
Yeah. In the
Lead code.
opportunity stage.
Opportunity.
Stage.
What is the field name?
Stage.
Stays. Okay,
Yeah.
good. Any
Lead
other?
source,
Lead source. Okay.
account type.
Account type, good.
So
Okay, status, fine. We can give. So you got a thing, right? Standard means we are. Everybody knows. I think everybody knows here what is standard. Why the name comes. Okay, standard meaning like, so you can put that it's a prefix. You can put add to your things when it is given by the Salesforce by default. Okay, it's same for me, same for you, same for XYZ. So those things we will call as standard. Okay. Custom is something. So okay, let's go one by one here. So just remember the names here. Standard, custom, custom, multi-select. And the second thing, restricted, depending, controlling. I think so. These names you already heard about it, right? So we will get to know in more detail about this. Okay. So let's go with this. So they also given insight here how we can define value for this pick list. So as of now, you know how you give the values, right? You create a pick list while creating only. You give value by line, right? You guys remember?
yes,
Yes.
Yeah. So that is one way of setting up the values there for the pick list. For standard pick list values that come with Salesforce, so you don't need to do anything for that. Okay. Or the third one, global value set. Okay. So if you create, so for example, global value. So can you give something example? Globally, what are same globally?
Yeah. State and city. Country and state.
Okay. Anything common to the worldwide? Okay, at least most of the countries are familiar with what are those. There are
Yes.
few, right? So
Language,
global value set is something. So when you want to define the values globally, okay. So which can be used globally, the values can be used globally. So for example, we can put it like the conversions, rupee into dollar, dollar to euro, all these conversions. So everywhere the conversion, if you talk about in India, the conversion will be same. The values, it will alter day by day, but it will be same throughout the world, right? So not only that, uh, any kind of, for example, even opportunity stays, you can put it globally. So anyway, if you go that, it will come in the standard way. Okay. So similar to that, we can define all values which we can use globally. Okay. Okay. So standard pick list. So standard pick list, someone has told lead source. Yeah, that is standard pick list. You can see the thing here. Okay, it's lead is a standard object. You already know. And lead source, one of the thing comes with the standard pick list. So in that, you can see what are the things we have enabled for here. So it's just since it's come with the Salesforce, you will not going to do much about, but you can just read out this. Uh, you will get a little bit information here. Custom pick list. You so these steps you should have you should tell me blindly how you will create a custom pick list.
Choose the data type as a pick list.
Mhm.
Then we will enter the label for the pick list. Then we will select the checkbox which is defined that enter values in each line separated.
Okay.
And then we will go to the next for which profiles it should be visible.
Yeah.
Then in which page layout we are showing. Then it's done. Save.
So these are the steps, right? Which we usually follow. So the same things we can see here. Okay. And so while mentioning the values, you can see the thing either you are going to enter it manually or you are going to choose from a pick list, global pick list value set. Okay. If these two options, any of the one, only one you can use, not both at a time. Okay. So here they have chosen to enter the values manually and they are given here. So these checkboxes, these are you can, even though these are optional, but these are very useful to design a better system. Okay. So just think about a thing like if it is in a zigzag way, and it contains one pick list contains like it's 1,000 number of values. Okay. In those 1,000 number of values, if those are not in a order, so those are not in an alphabetic order, so it will be like clumsy, right? If I want to choose a value starts with the P, I need to search where it is, where it is, where it is. So in the situation, so to overcome or to make it easy for the user, you can define them in a alphabetical order so that the user knows the P comes certain alphabet. Okay, it's in a alphabetical order. So I need to go here and select the value. So that will help him to select the value easily. Okay. So second one is first value as a default value. So that means, for example, here if you see gingerbread is the value which they have given the first value. Okay. For example, if you choose this second option, use first value as default value. That means whenever a new record is getting inserted or going to edit, by default, the first value will be appeared or it will be populated automatically. Okay. So if, I mean, for example, for opportunity stage, always open stage is the first thing. Okay. Identify, define, or open. So you can define that as use first value as default. So if you already know the thing, so where to include the value, then you can put that. Okay. Use the first value as default. Okay. So the third one, restrict picklist to the values, define the value set. That means, so on the UI, when we are trying to edit this field, macron flavor, okay. When they edit this pick list, they will get these values only. Okay. So since they are editing from the UI, they know, okay, only these are the options available. We will select one. For example, if you are not updating the value or the user is not updating the value from the UI, so they are trying to do some data load from other sites. Okay. Or they are using import wizard or some XYZ tools to create the data. Okay. In that cases, so instead of these 4 values, if I give some other flavor here, okay, some XYZ flavor, if I add it, and this is not there as part of this picklist value. So in that case, the user or who is creating the data, they will get an error if you choose this checkbox, restrict. So restrict means we are stopping them to choose the value other than this. Okay. So if you uncheck this, that means the user on the UI, only these 4 values will come. So that is fine, completely fine. But when we are doing a data load or we are trying to update this value from the backend, okay, through code. So if you give any value, it will accept, which is not a proper thing. Okay. Guys getting?
Yes.
So
Yes.
do you understand the use of these checkboxes?
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah. So remember, like it's not same. If you someone tell you to go and create some field, it's not a just field. Okay, you need to think about the use cases. So always think in a realistic manner, and based on that, you choose the options whatever available. So since these are not mandatory, there's no useful thing that you are going away with checking or unchecking all these. So according to your requirement, whatever the purpose they have given for that field, so that you need to keep it in mind and choose the value. Clear?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, now come to custom multi-select pick list here. So I think recently only I have asked a few other questions on this, right? Controlling. So multi-pick list, multi-select pick list. So the name tells you, right? Okay. When there is there if think there are possibilities of selecting one or many, so go with the multi pick list. Okay, multi-select pick list here. So because the pick list is restricted, okay, the restriction is like you can only choose one value. Okay, you cannot choose multiple. So to overcome that, they have introduced multi-select. So multi-select pick list, like as I was telling, like each data type, and they have some limitations and all, right? So here also the pick list limitations you can see to like you can see here for in each object how many pick list fields or multi-select pick list fields you can have. And inside that how many values you can define, all those. So how we will convert a custom pick list into a multi-select pick list? Is that possible at all? Okay. So all of those things you can see here. Okay. What will happen if some record is already having a pick list? So how we will convert in those things? Okay. So these are the like more insights they have given here. We can check one of those like limitations. I think I can explain you better. So one more thing, like if you, I mean, there will be many links. I don't want you go through all those, but if they mention these are the useful link or related links, just go and visit once. Just read out the topics. You don't need to put extra effort there. So for example, kind of this, where just open and read out the limitations. Okay. So these are the limitations. These are the standard lead status, task status, opportunity states. Okay. So here for custom pick list values, how many can go globally? 500, 255 characters. So these are the limitations. If you ask me, like, do we need to remember all these things? No, not required, but you should at least should be knowing about this. Okay. So when you are creating, for example, if your client say, I want 5,000 values in a pick list. So if they have that requirement, so you should be in a position to tell them, yes, we can have 5,000 values, but at a time, 1,000 values can be active and 4,000 will be inactive. What is active? What is inactive? You can ask me that question. So for that, let's give the clarification here. Okay. For example, you have added 10 values here. Okay. After adding these values, you can go to the pick list field after creation. Okay. You have done all steps. You have saved the field. After this, you can go to the pick list field and you will see a list of values which are there. Okay. For each value side in the left side, you can find a button in activate, inactivate. Okay. The checkbox will be there and you need to choose the checkbox against each field and you can make them active. If they are already inactive, you can make them active, or if those are active, you can make them inactive. Okay, both things are possible. Like, okay, so active values only will come for selection. Okay, one more thing, inactive values will not come for select. Clear?
Yes.
So limitations, just read this article. This will, we can just go through once. That will be helpful. So restricted pick list values. I think I explained this right here. So what will happen when you restrict and someone try to give or add some other value? how it will react. Same. So any doubts in the restrict picklist thing? So let's move to the dependent picklist. I think we already covered this also. What is dependent picklist? What is controlling picklist? Can anybody give idea?
Yes.
What is controlling picklist?
Which controls the another picklist values. Like a state is a controlling picklist value and the city are the dependent picklist value.
Okay. So dependent is like same, right? Whose values are dependent on other. Example for controlling and dependent here. Let's come back here. Okay, so just see the guys. Whether so this is about after creating all your things. Okay, whether you have created. So if we have a standard pick list, custom multi-select, what is their behavior? Okay. So first thing, add or remove from page layouts. We can add or remove. Yes, we can do that. Guys, I just need to jump into this. Okay. Till here, just go through this module and complete the thing and just read out these things. Okay. After this, we have the challenge and complete this. I'll resume the thing from here tomorrow. But just go through this once. That's it.